What's up, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. Today we're going to be diving into everything you need to know about furniture blueprints in Once Human. So sit back, relax, and enjoy the video. So furniture blueprints are essential if you want to make your base look more presentable in Once Human. There are 5 main ways to get your hands on furniture blueprints, one of them being through memetics. This video will not be covering those and will instead focus on the ones that don't reset every season. That way, you can keep them forever. First up, we've got finding blueprints in containers. This is by far one of the best ways to get your hands on furniture blueprints. Now, these drops do seem to be random, and a lot of players believe there are diminishing returns the longer you farm for them. While the devs have not officially confirmed this, it is something worth noting if you're planning on grinding for these blueprints. To maximize blueprint farming, you want to open as many crates as possible. Having said that, not all points of interest are created equal. Some have way more containers than others. So let's take a look at some of the best spots in the game. First, we're going to start out with Blackfell. There are actually 3 buildings here that are gold mines for containers. The first one we're going to look at is the motel. It is packed with loot both inside and out, so make sure you don't miss any of the containers. After you get all these containers, it's time to head over to this red building. Once inside, make sure you search both floors, as there are a lot of cabinets in this building. After you finish this, we need to head over to the teal building by the lake. Once you're in here, continue to loot all of the different cabinets, crates, and containers that you find. One tip is, if you are short on time, just doing the Blackfell run once a day could net you some solid blueprints. Now, as long as you have some extra time, we're going to head over to Clifton. There is a very large Rosetta point of interest that you need to clear. Take your time and clear out each building, as there are plenty of containers to loot spread out over the course of the entire POI. Once you clear Clifton, the next place we're going to go is down here to the refinery pollution point. Now, this is a sprawling complex, and you want to focus on the buildings in the southwest area. Even though we've narrowed it down to this small area, this is still a bit of a sprawling area in and of itself, but it is definitely worth the effort to loot. Just take your time and make sure you hit every container in this zone. Now we're going to head down to Grandma Nina's Diner. There are actually only 2 buildings here that you really want to focus on. One small one to the north and one on the far west side. This is a smaller area, but don't let it fool you. There are some good opportunities here to pick up furniture blueprints. Lastly, we're going to head down to the ship graveyard. The key here is to focus on the interconnected buildings on the west side. Now, this can get a bit confusing, so take your time to learn the layout and make sure you don't miss any of the containers that are in this zone. Now, I do want to give a big thanks to Fallen Actual for pointing out these specific POIs. They did a great job of discussing this in the Steam comments, so I'm going to leave a link to that down in the video description below if you want to go check it out and maybe show them some love. Now that we're done trying to get our hands on most of the free blueprints we can, we need to look at some other sources. One of those sources is the various vendors in the different settlements. Each settlement has its own vendor, and some of them are a bit more out of the way than others. In this guide, I'll quickly show you how to locate each vendor in case you're not sure where they are. That way you can go and buy the blueprints they have for sale. Now that we're amassing so many blueprints, we need to talk about what to do with duplicate blueprints. You have two real options here. Either sell them in a vending machine to other players, or break them down in a designer workbench. If you sell them in vending machines, you know exactly what you're going to get for that blueprint. If you break them down on the designer workbench, you will get a special type of currency that you can use to re-roll for new blueprints. Now, this added RNG may turn some people off who prefer certainty and would rather just sell the blueprints outright for currency and look to buy the missing blueprints from other players. No matter which way you want to go, keep in mind that the metal shelf blueprint is highly sought after right now. If you get one of these, consider yourself very lucky. They're currently selling for a premium on most servers. While it is possible to find this blueprint out in the wild, some players are reporting better odds getting it from the designer workbench's rare roll. Finally, you can buy blueprints with Star Crumb in Once Human. But here's the thing. Star Crumb is a very limited resource, and you need it for weapon and armor blueprints as well. Personally, I wouldn't recommend using your Star Crumb for furniture blueprints in Once Human. However, this is your game, and you play however you want. Just keep in mind that using Star Crumb or furniture blueprints could slow down your seasonal progression, as there is only a limited amount of Star Crumb each season. Alright guys, that's everything you need to know about furniture blueprints in Once Human. If you found the guide useful, please consider giving it a like, and if you do enjoy our content, consider subscribing to the channel. If you have any questions or comments, leave them down below. Thanks for watching, and as always, have a great day.